You have seen by now that I have started to post about my favorite books, and I'm trying my best to make you want to read said books. It brings me so much joy to share the great stuff and to talk about the books that are very important to me. But I am not new on the internet, not to say that you have the right to call me old. I see you. I have been around those parts for a while, and I know that it is not what people really want, for the most part. What really brings the views is the commentary on the bad stuff. I know, I watch those stuff myself, and I even produced some of it. But I don't want to do that anymore, and this is why. This is Crowley's bookshop. Welcome again. And well, at first, let me say that I do not want to talk badly of other creators out here. As I said, I also consume content about books, movies, shows, video games that are bad, or that the person in question does not like. Because it is true that these videos are oftentimes pretty funny or very informative. As I said, I also use to create that type of video. And they were the one that brought in the most views. But here's the thing, I did not actually enjoy making them. Sure, they were funny and they brought in a lot of people with similar interest or lack thereof for the content being dissected. But they also forced me to come back to content again and again and again and again that I highly disliked. And that made me absolutely miserable. Believe it or not, I didn't actually enjoy watching Star Wars 9 5 times to make a video, or reading dozens of articles and essays and pieces about Red Rising. It was super time consuming for something that I didn't actually enjoy at the end of the day. And here is the thing, my time is limited, like any of yours. I have a 9-to-5 that has absolutely nothing to do with science fiction or books. I have friends, I have a fiance, I have a family, and I have, believe it or not, other hobbies as well. And I want to indulge first into the things that I love when I can spare the time, not spend countless hours dissecting something that I hate or another. And believe me, I am a hate watcher and a hate reader. I can do that just fine, but do I really want to? That is why you won't see me ever doing a book review about a book that I do not like. And believe me, there are a lot of books that I truly despise. I could make a 4 hours analysis of why I think Harry Potter or Red Rising or Wool are absolutely shams of books that really do not deserve a crumb of recognition. But I don't want to, because my time as of today is way too precious for that. Also, I think there is, in general, too much hate on the internet. It is fun and all, again, but it also contributes in a vicious circle of what is bad gets spoken about so much more, and so it sells more, and so it is what it is being produced. And that is the only thing that the money people see, the free promotion, the quick selling, the quick buck. And I really do not want to be a part of that anymore. I would love for this place to be all around more positive, and to give a more positive outlooks about the books and the shows and the movies that we love. That's why I love the internet so much. It was so much fun and so positive to be able to speak to like-minded people about the things I was gushing over. And I think we lost that a bit because of the cringe culture and the need for sensationalism. All the hate-based content is all I can see at the moment, really. The hate-based content is a big part of what I see on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And I wish we could reverse that a bit and take a step back and essentially go back to a place where we can love and share and argue about all the things that we love. That is why my content also tends to be a bit more positive, even when I talk about big issues like the male loneliness book epidemic or book talk sides of things or whatever. At least I try to have a more positive outlook. I'm trying to be like this in my real life as well, to be a more positive person. And so far it's going great, I guess. Or at least I'm trying to do that as much as I can. Of course, some subjects are very heavily negative and they have to be treated with all the respect, quote unquote, that it deserves. Because I do understand that criticism is an important part of life and art in itself. And I'm not saying that criticism is hate or is inherently negative. Of course it is not. As I said before, I think it is very important to be critical about the books and the movies and the show that we're watching and consuming. I think it is crucial that we are having a broader viewpoint about art in general. And I don't know if you guys know, but I have written a book recently, and I'm of course allowing my beta readers to absolutely rip the plot and the characters and everything apart, because this is what's helping me to be a better writer. But there is criticism and there is the internet. And it gets incredibly difficult to share it on a platform that is so very negative and where people are so sensitive about everything that they will literally launch death threats against you if they're not happy with what you have to say about a book or a show or a movie. Trust me, I know about that. Even if you are being constructive. Anonymity has completely destroyed the very simple social contract of treat others the way you want to be treated. It's pretty bad out there. It is a very short video, but the concept is pretty simple. You will not find negative book reviews on this channel. I know some of you guys want me to hate watch and hate read stuff, and I understand the appeal, I really do, but it is not something that I want to do anymore. And I said it before, I'm a very opinionated person. I have my opinions about some things that are very popular that I absolutely dislike, like Harry Potter, Red Rising and Wool. But I said it before too, it is already very difficult to find something that you love. The markets are saturated, there are so many authors to discover. Why would you want to spend time on something that you do not like? Why would you want to spend so many hours hate watching something? It is something that I used to do and I still do sometimes from time to time because I don't really know why. Because it makes me feel alive, I guess, because it makes me feel like some people have it worse than me. It is something that I have to work out for myself, and you should too. I think it is so important right now that we are sharing the good stuff because the internet is so negative already and we have to find a little place, positivity and sharing the good stuff. It is already very difficult to find them because there is so much already. And to be honest, that was my self-given mission when I first started to share my books on social media. It was to promote science fiction and how great it was. And I'm not doing that, and I'm not helping people that say that science fiction is baseless stuff for kids, essentially, if I'm only promoting the bad stuff. I want people to discover science fiction, I want people to read science fiction, I want people to enjoy science fiction, and I will not help people do that if I'm sharing the stuff that are bad. I will do that by sharing the stuff that I'm passionate about. Even in my real life, even in my job, I think I'm good at my job because I'm passionate about it, because I do truly believe about what I'm doing, and because I do believe that it is good. Science fiction is such a beautiful genre with so many things to say and so many things that will help you, I believe, right now in our current political state, that I do not want to add the already very big pile of shit and detestation that the general public has of said genre. And trust me, I know what people think about science fiction. I read my comment section, I read the messages that I have on social media, I see what people tell me in real life, my own family and people I'm working with. They don't know anything about science fiction, and I'm not helping by saying, oh yeah, this book is bad. No, I'm helping by saying, oh, at the moment I'm reading this book, or I have read this one or watched this show, and this brought me X and Y and Z, and then I can share conversations about the topics, and it's always nice to be able to do that. And that's basically the gist of this video. So no, on the channel I will not produce and publish videos about things that I do not like. I want to concentrate on the good stuff because I want to be able to promote science fiction and what I like about the genre. And again, it is not an attack on criticism. I enjoy videos and essays which are able to criticize a book because they maybe bring different point of views, and I enjoy that. But in doing that, it is again a promotion of the bad things, and I want to be able to promote the good things. You may disagree with that, and I can see why you would. It is just what I am more comfortable with at the moment. And also, I'm still going to talk about various different topics that are a bit more negative, like the book talk side of things, and different things like the darkness in fiction video that I made a few weeks ago, a few months ago, that I really liked doing. And it was very important to talk about this part of negativity. In this video, you can see that I am not against negative topics and negative opinions and negative criticism. I think it is very important, but this is not what I want to do with my book videos. I want to be able to share the good things, and I want you guys to be able to discover the books that are very influential to me and that I think are the point of science fiction. And that is it for me for this video. I hope that you liked it. Please tell me in the comments below what you think about these type of conversations and this type of subjects. Please follow me on different social media, Instagram and GoodReads, for example, if you want to see more of my opinions about books, some of them being very negative. And I will see you next Sunday for a new video. Cheers, gonna get the wahoo.